Ladies and gentlemen, I now invite onto stage the Managing Editor, Outdoor Asia and Media for Growth to take the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Rajiv Raghunath, who's going to take us into a really exciting inaugural inspirational address. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's got to be much louder. Let's get the energy levels up today.
Good morning, friends. It's such a pleasure to see everyone here gathered. This is like an annual pilgrimage for the Indian OH industry. We are very, very fortunate to have with us our chief guest, Mr. Manoj Bajpayee, Padma Shri Awardee, and a distinguished actor who has essayed quite remarkable roles in so many films, from Aks to Shul to Kaun to Gangs of Wasipur to Family Man, Special 26. There are so many movies, but who can forget that iconic role of Bhikkhu Mahatre in the movie Satya? Well, please join me in inviting Mr. Manoj Bajpayee to the stage for delivering an inspirational account of his journey across from the lands of Bihar to the film industry in India. He has essayed roles in Hindi, Telugu, Tamil. Such a pleasure to have you here with us. We are absolutely honored. We are all waiting to hear you speak your journey, which is appropriately titled as Getting the Most Out of Life's Roller Coaster Rides. Manoj, the stage is yours. We're all waiting to hear from you. I will shortly engage in a conversation with you after your address, and then we will invite the audiences to pose a few questions for you. So all your stage.
Thank you very much. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you OAC for having me here today. I'm not here to give a speech. I'm not here to tell you about my journey. I'm sure most of you will have similar or better stories to tell or share. I'm here to celebrate with all of you this beautiful space that you are all associated with, and that is out of home. A big shout out to all the industry leaders and innovators. I'm told OAH is less than 10% of the entire advertising spend, and I wonder why it is so. Let me tell you about my experience with print, TV, and OOH in different phases of my life. I spent almost 10 years of my life doing theater in Delhi. I started with street theater in my Delhi university days and followed it with college drama societies, eventually came to Monday House and started working with amateur theater groups. I got a lot of praise for my plays in all major newspapers, and that was a very satisfying experience. I shifted my base to Mumbai immediately after my first film, Bandit Queen. The initial days in Mumbai were a little tough and depressing, but I had no other choice but to continue trying to stay afloat. I got a role in Swahiman, a TV serial. That was not supposed to be a big role lengthwise, but the producer and director liked my work, and it went on for many months. This serial gave me recognition, and I started getting, I have seen you somewhere, kahin dekha hai aapko. That kind of reaction in public places. This work on TV gave me strength, and I needed to go after my dream with much more passion. Satya happened in 1998. The entire process of making that film was very exciting. After releasing the film, we were all visiting different theaters to see how the audience reacted to the film. We were returning from a theater in South Mumbai, and then I saw a billboard near Juhu Beach. My picture was there on that large billboard, and the first reaction was out of the world. You all will find it a little exaggerated, but I am telling you the truth. We spent more than 1 hour in and around the billboard, looking at it. from all possible angles, sitting in the car. This is one experience that will stay with me forever. And also we got drunk there. That's the magic of OOH, larger than life, on your face, bold and beautiful. How come you guys have settled for less than 10%? Is there a problem? I'm sure you guys know it better than me. Please find out those problems and fix them as soon as possible. This industry deserves a better share of the total advertising spend. Walk the Talk Communication is a 2-year-old OOH agency run by my friends, and I'm part of this agency. I will be more than happy to see this industry scaling new heights in the future. Cheers, and have a fantastic days ahead. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you so much, Manoj, for those very, very inspirational words. And it's really an honor for us that you are part of the Indian OH industry as well. So when the entertainment in world connects with OH, I think it's going to be sheer magic, I suppose.
Definitely. I mean, the human life is such, in the modern world, we don't consider ourselves successful till we see ourselves on the billboard. Right? So that becomes the measurement. And how bigger is the picture of yours on that billboard? That becomes a yardstick for your success, for your recognition. And those billboards have always attracted me towards it. Even now, when we are releasing our films, we are making strategy for marketing and promotion. We always talk about in terms of outdoor advertising. How many billboards are going to be there? What is the strategy or the strategic point for the people who's moving continuously, to see, to recognize, so that the film, the product, registered immediately in their mind.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a big statement coming from you, and thank you so much for that. Manoj, just want to go back a little bit to your own life journey, which has been nothing less than exciting and quite remarkable. You started your life, you were in a place called Belwa, if I'm right, in West Champaran district of Bihar.
Right.
And at a very young age, you had this dream of being an actor. By the way, I read that you've been named Manoj after the actor Manoj Kumar. So what's it the dream of your father, having named you as Manoj, or how's it all happened, really?
I mean, my father was a film buff, so was my mom.
Oh, he was? Okay.
My father was a farmer, and we were put in a boarding in the district town, and they used to, whenever they used to travel to the town, they used to take us to the theaters to watch movies. And I got completely mesmerized by whatever was happening on the screen, and never wanted those house lights to come up. I only wanted a life which was there, moving on the screen.
Yes.
Completely mesmerized. For me, that was the world I wanted to be part of. So many actors have really, put it in, their performances have consolidated that dream. And one of the names is Mr. Amitabh Bachchan.
Yes.
In my childhood, he's the one who's been actually creating so much of euphoria. So I was somebody who was not untouched by his magic. Or say Mr. Dilip Kumar, Mr. Sanjeev Kumar, all of those people, their works, their performances, it only told me that this is where I want to go.
Absolutely. But then, Belwa is about 1,800 kilometers from Mumbai.
Far. Yeah, it's very
Geographically, it is quite far.
Yeah.
But psychologically, for a young person that you were at that point in time, to think of building your dream in Mumbai, how did this all happen? Because it's not an easy journey.
I'll tell you something, very interesting. So yeah, I was 18 and a half year old that time. And I've taken the train with my friend. He was sponsoring my ticket to Delhi. And the train, found a red signal. So the train stopped right outside Delhi station. And it was an what do you call, ITI? ITO.
ITO, yes.
Right on that bridge, ITO bridge. And I looked out with a lot of wonderment. This is the first time I was visiting a big city. I looked out and I saw one billboard. And I'm not exaggerating, I'm not lying, I'm not making it up. And that innocent mind, he told himself, me, 18 and a half, one day my picture will be there on that billboard.
Wow.
When you are that young, you think that everything is achievable. There's nothing that you can't achieve. And I was audacious with my dream. I was adventurous. I was ready to take any kind of a challenge. I was ready to face any kind of obstruction. And obstructions, I never knew that obstructions come in different form.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah?
Yes.
So when you wanted to do theater, you reached Delhi, you started doing theater. You wanted to get into National School of Drama, you kept on trying, didn't get into National School of Drama, but one has gone ahead and kept on practicing it to become as good as any National School of Drama alumni or this student. So likewise, life keeps throwing challenges at you. But I was a very stubborn kid. I kept on challenging life. Come on, get it to me. How many more are there? So I was a very audacious, stubborn, willful kind of a young boy. When I think about my past, sometimes it gives me shiver as to how I could be, that kind of what you call, dangerous kid with my own life. So I took chances with life.
Absolute sheer and determination. And your ambition at that point was to see yourself on the billboard.
On the billboard.
Manoj, we are all fortunate to see you everywhere today because you are everywhere, with so many of your, movies coming out. Fantastic. But when you moved to Mumbai and you moved into a completely different world, you weren't coming from a filmy background. You had to start off from just about nothing. How did it all happen for you? And what is it that you willed yourself and said, yes, I'm going to make it?
It was sheer belief and conviction. I was not ready to be defined by people's opinion about me.
Okay.
I was not ready to be defined by the rejections that I was facing almost every day. Once I was thrown out of 3 projects in one day, and I had nowhere to go. So there was one friend of mine who jokingly said that please don't commit suicide tonight. Okay? But deep in his heart, he was scared. So those people made it sure that, I sleep well and I don't, do something nasty with myself.
Yes, of course.
But they didn't know what was happening in my mind. I was refusing to take those rejections seriously.
All right.
Yeah. Somewhere, every person is very honest with themselves. When they are alone, they are very honest with themselves. And that is your definition. Okay? How good you are, how much work do you know, what is the hard work that you've done to really afford to see that dream that you have in your mind. I was brutal with myself. Brutal because I was the biggest critic of myself, and I kept on finding, fault in myself. And then next day I started working on it.
Right.
So that to improve continuously is something which is going to really save you from the outside criticism. because you will not take them seriously. Because somebody you know that they exactly don't know what am I liking. It's only me who know what is there to improve upon.
Absolutely. I think introspection is a very
Yeah.
important aspect of life. You know, in many ways, your own life journey, or if you take the film industry as a whole, it's quite a fragmented industry with so many people in it.
Right.
If you look at the Indian out-of-home industry, it's a bit like that. It's quite fragmented. On the one side, you have a very large number of players in this industry. On the other side, as an industry, as you just mentioned in your address, that it is underperforming its true potential because it is share is not
10%.
as much. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, given the circumstances, and for a fact that you have had this enduring journey from far off part of India to where you are today, what is it that really helps you to stand out of what can be quite a crowded place?
What is that?
How do you stand out in what could be a crowded place?
Okay, you can't be thinking that you are a unique one and not work on yourself. To really declare that you have something very unique to offer, you have to continuously, make improvement. Continuously think about it, ponder over it, continuously, improving yourself. Just to think that I'm going to stand out in the crowd will never help.
Right.
It is the boardroom, that you create for yourself, where you just sit down and think about what new you can offer to the people.
Right.
What new experience you can give it to people. The other day we were sitting on this script of my film, which is going to start in September. And it was a very good script. Everybody said, wow, wow, wow. But there was something lacking. It was a good script. But somewhere in my mind, I felt that, we are giving the experience that people already had before. We are not giving them new experience to it. And that has completely alarmed us.
Yes.
Because everyone said it's very good. And the moment we started, we heard that there's nothing new in it. Mm-hmm. There's no new experience audience is going to feel. Yes, they are going to come to the theater. Yes, they will enjoy whatever we are going to offer. But there is, in the name of experience, new experience, there is nothing. So we had to really go for the next draft. Today I can say, when we started looking for that experience, we started looking for new interpretation of the same subject.
Right.
So that we have to do. Even with our walk the talk, this is what we do. We are always thinking of, giving the people a new way of doing outdoor advertising.
Absolutely.
And I can tell you on behalf of my team, though mostly I'm outside of it. Mostly, sometime I visit their office. It's all about new experience. It's all about new ways of reaching out to the people.
Absolutely. I think differentiation is indeed the name of the game.
Yes.
And I think in your own journey in the film world, I think you have differentiated yourself in a very beautiful way. I think you've been described as a director's actor, a method actor, and there are a lot of other actors who have tried to emulate your way of being on the screen. Tell us a little bit about, was that a very conscious way to differentiate yourself in the way that you have been? Also, if I may add, that, I read an interview some time back where they said that, you had earned an X amount of money, and you said that, I don't chase money, I just love my craft. Right. So, is that one way that you can differentiate yourself? And are there any lessons that Indian industry can take from that?
This is a very good question. Why to chase money? Because I was chasing my dream to become an actor, become a good actor. And that is a dream I'm chasing every day.
All right.
Yes, becoming very good actor. Becoming better than yesterday. And when I start looking inside, there are rooms where I can improve upon.
Yes.
There are rooms where I can grow more as an actor. There are areas of, where I can find new characters every time. So mostly I try to avoid too many people around me because I like to be with the crowd. This is where I find my characters.
Absolutely
Okay.
marvelous.
Yeah.
Well, I think looking at the vast area of movies has been a tremendous variety, but still, you have performed in movies like Rajniti, Chakravyuh, Arakshan, and a whole lot of other movies that have a very strong political content. Is that by choice?
See, I mean, an artist should not be political. I personally feel that they should not take sides. They should look for fair point, right point. What is right? Okay. They should not be influenced by any ism. Artist should have his own point of view. A creative person cannot afford to stand on the right or on the left. He should be in the middle. And then he can be very, very honest with whatever he is trying to say in the story.
Absolutely. Absolutely well said, Manoj. I think it's been fascinating, amazing, observations from your side, and you gave us a glimpse of your own journey. But there are a lot of people gathered here, and I think they would like to ask you a few questions. And
Please.
so, if you can have a few questions from the audiences, you'll have to just put up your hand, and a mic will be sent over to you to ask a question. Who would like to ask the first question? Then?
Yes, sir.
Oh yes.
Hello, sir.
Hello, Ji.
Hello. Yeah. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I've read it somewhere that you haven't had dinner in past few years. So I'm Amit Patil. I come from a tier 2 city, Nashik. It's next to Mumbai. Yeah. So I'm a young entrepreneur, and when I try to maintain my diet habits, or food habits, and everything, sometimes I feel that whenever we are in stress, we feel like eating some sweets, or whenever we go to some restaurant, maybe some favorite dishes. So being into so much stressful and hectic life, how do you manage your fitness, and what is your opinion on stress eating?
Okay. First of all, we have to make a discipline, and that should not be. And we have to be very stubborn about it. Sometimes what happens that we feel that. My routine, what to do, yeah, our job has this kind of a schedule, so, we can't do, our diet system is always affected, our exercises are affected. So if you have to get up at 7 o'clock or leave your house at 7 o'clock, we leave our house at 6:30 when we are working, 7 o'clock. So what we do, I sleep early. I sleep early so that I can get up at 4 o'clock. And do my meditation, do my yoga, go for the brisk walk, do my exercises, okay? And then you leave take shower, get ready, and you leave home. So you have to make amendments in your, this is what I do. I can't ask, I don't know what you do. But definitely I do, when I have to get up in the morning, I sleep very early. How do I manage to keep away from the food? The one thought 14 years back, an Ayurveda doctor has said that whatever you are eating, because I used to have non-veg in the evening, and I was completely addicted to it. One Ayurveda doctor has said that whatever you are eating is going to be lying down in your intestine, in your stomach all night. That somehow, suddenly that picture came to me that the food is lying in my tummy. That has completely thrown me up. And from that time till now, mostly I follow the same routine of not having a dinner at all. And now since 4 or 5 years, suddenly they started calling it intermittent fasting. And they are selling so many apps. Okay? And this is where I lacked. I should have thought about an app. Okay, I should have been the first person to come up with an app the app is going to remind you when to have water, when to have food, and when to fast, and when to have coffee. This I have been doing for so long, 14 years now. And this is, in all Shastra, Hinduism, or say Christianity, or Islam, or Jews, or Jain, everyone says stay away from food as much as possible. Food in the sense overeating. The gluttony is one of the sins in Christianity. Ayurveda has been stressing over this. And the yogis, all the sadhus, Pahuche, enlightened one, they always stressed on one point, that very little food is required for you to survive on. Very little food. The rest, whatever we are having, is going to become a cause for us to go to the doctor. But if you don't have dinner, I can guarantee you one thing, that 90% of the diseases will go away, and most of the doctors will have no line outside their clinic. Yeah, that's the truth.
Thank you. We never expected some health advice from you, Manoj.
And my friend who is heading Walk the Talk agency, I mean, I have been very, very successful in convincing many people, but from the public platform, I'm telling him that, I've been insisting on him not having dinner at all. But somewhere he feels that everything wrong can happen only to other people. Nothing can happen to him. And I've been telling him, look, I have invested in your company. Please be alive. Stay alive and stay healthy.
Well said, absolutely. Well, we have paucity of time. We can take 2 more questions. Anybody else would like to ask a question? Oh, yes.
Thank you, sir, for first of all, I saw you first time on screen.
Thank you.
In front of me, thank you.
Thank
And my question is that we belong to outdoor industry, so this question belongs to, I think, for all of us. Whenever you get the failure in our life, I want to know that how you come out of this failure, and what is the biggest failure of life? Because I know the success of you. We read it everywhere. We saw
in your kitchen. All of this, you can manage to come out if your purpose is very clear in front of you, if your resolve is really strong. But what is the biggest failure for me? Biggest failure for me is I'm part of a very successful film, but that performance I don't like. When I don't like my own performance and people are going gaga over it, but deep in my heart, I feel like a failure. I feel that I lost a chance. I feel that, somewhere I lacked. I wish I could. The biggest failure will be in future if my child, doesn't look up to me. For me, the failure can have it has different meaning for everyone. But whatever the materialistic failure that you're talking about, you have to have your resolve very clear, very strong. I think for me, just becoming an actor was enough. But and trying, I was very smart and clever enough to not go hungry, for many days, because I used to just land up at my friend's place right in the lunchtime. Or land up in some shoot where one of the person was known to me. And sometimes I used to pretend that I know him. And that man, or a light man, or a spot boy, or assistant director, and he used to be confused. Where have I seen this guy? He's so familiar. And he used to offer me food on the set. So, because I feel that, when your resolve is clear, when you are interested in improvement of yourself, improving your craft, I think, these are the past, these are the things which will pass. And I have seen all the actors. I have seen all the actors coming from theater. So many of them are so talented, so hardworking. They face the odd days. They face rejection. But eventually, all of them are, recognized. All of them are having a good life. All of them are happy. It's just the resolve has to be, and treat all of those failures and rejections just part of the road.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, deep philosophy, and I think something to learn from you on that, really. One final question, or is that all the time that we have? Unfortunately, oh, right. Yes, Pavan.
मनोज जी
Namaskar.
नमस्कार। पहले तो मैं आपको वेलकम करना चाहूँगा आउटडोर इंडस्ट्री में।
Thank you, sir.
ओके। और एक इनविटेशन भी साथ में दे रहा हूँ कि हमारी एक छोटी सी एसोसिएशन है, इंडियन आउटडोर एडवर्टाइजिंग एसोसिएशन।
जी।
मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि इतना प्रसिद्ध चेहरा अगर हमारा स्पोक्स पर्सन बन जाए तो जो इंडस्ट्री का 10% की आप बात कर रहे हैं वो हम जल्दी पहुँच सकते हैं।
मैं तो यहीं पे आपके प्लेटफॉर्म पे खड़ा हूँ मैं।
और
जी।
जो क्वेश्चन है मेरा आपके लिए आज की तारीख में, प्रेफरेंस किसके लिए, OTT और फिल्म्स?
मैं अकेला आदमी जो कहता है कि ये कंपटीशन बहुत बढ़िया है। दिस कंपटीशन बिटवीन सिनेमा, theatre and OTT is very good for all of us, we industry people. And both of them are impacting each other. Right now, theatre is taking time to come back to its normal self, but it will come back because theatre viewing gives a different kind of an experience, which is completely separate from what you experience watching a film on OTT. OTT has impacted a lot. It has impacted because for 2.5 years, we were all indoors. We didn't have anything, any other medium to be entertained by. It has impacted the content creation. It has really brought so many talents who are now getting recognized by the directors and the producers who are making films. And the competition is good because more the mediums, more the content, more work for everyone. I am personally against any one medium only to survive. Because cinema earlier could not do justice to so many talents who were outside. Then you needed OTT to come for all the creative people and all the technicians to have a good life. So many, thousands of them are today busy. So many great talents, 140 crore. We are 140 crore. And we could only witness, 50 people in theater, creating content. That was absolutely not done. But today, because of OTT, thousands and thousands of technicians and the creative people are busy, are having a good life. Because somewhere, it has given that much space to everyone.
Thank you so much, Manoj. It's been an amazing time being here, and you have touched upon subjects which we hadn't planned for.
Right.
You've given amazing advice. I would like to hand over to Kisha to take the session forward.
Thank you, Kisha.
What an honor it has been, ladies and gentlemen, from an actor extraordinaire, master storyteller. Sir, thank you very much for your presence on stage. We have a beautiful memento for you. Can we please request Mr. Raghunath to do us the honors? Ladies and gentlemen, for joining us today, for truly making sure that the roller coaster called life is exciting, inspiring, and we've got so many takeaways. It started out right now.
It's such a pleasure to have you. We wish you every success.